Are you good with your kicks or your punches? Because we are about to kick fear to the curb or punch fear in the face so that you can create success on your terms to experience happiness, peace, and living your life authentically. So get ready. All of us have experienced fear at some point in our lives, and you are not alone. So let's figure this out together. Fear affects us in so many ways. It impacts how we think, how we act, and it even affects our health tremendously because fear weakens our immune system and it can really take over our lives and hold us back from being truly successful. So learning to overcome fear is one of the top things to work on if you want to enjoy life and reach your goals and live at your highest potential. I'll be sharing 3 steps that you can take to overcome fear, but let's first understand what fear is and where it comes from so that you can overcome them. You simply cannot overcome something unless you understand what it is. Fear is an unpleasant emotion that comes up when we perceive danger or threat. It can be fear of failure, fear of public speaking, fear of success. I know, you're probably thinking, why? I want to be successful. Why would I be afraid of that? Well, you might be afraid that when you become successful, then you won't have time for your family, or you will lose your friends, or people will take advantage of you, or whatever it might be. And some people might even be fear. And fear can really hold us back from being truly successful, and that is if you let it. So here are 3 steps to take. 1. Separate reality from perception. Ask yourself, what is really going on? Is your fear based on actual facts and not what you perceive it to be? Believe it or not, perception is a very powerful thing, and how you feel about something determines how you respond. So take a step back and observe your fear from a detached viewpoint. This really diffuses the fear-based thoughts. Does your fear come from what other people are telling you? For example, I am a type of person that loves to explore and try new things because I believe this to be the secret sauce to our growth. And for the longest time, I had a fear of traveling alone, especially as a woman. I have seen other people do it and their experience has always been positive. So when I actually started to understand where this fear came from, I realized fear was actually not from me and that they are all perception. They are from my friends and family that tells me all the worst thing that can happen. Like I might get drugs in my drink when I go out. People might sneak into my hotel rooms. Basically playing all the horror scenes that you see on murder shows. So TVs, movies, and shows are all feeding my fear as well. So instead, I did my own research, signed up to different travel groups to get real solo travelers experience that I realized it is actually safe to travel alone if you do your homework and prepare yourself. At the end, I went to Egypt and Disney World on my own. And let me tell you, it was the best decision I've ever made. Not only did I overcome the fear of traveling alone, I also overcame the fear of people judging me for eating alone and traveling solo as a married woman. I experienced what pure joy, happiness, and freedom feels like. When you realize that you are no longer giving your power away to fear, you feel more confident. Number 2, identify the trigger. Figure out what it is that really triggers your fear. Triggers are a good indication that it is time to pause, reflect, and learn what is truly going on. And it will help you combat your fear. For example, watching the news can trigger a fear response. Once you have separated reality from perception and have identified the trigger, here comes the fun part. The 3rd step is to allow yourself to imagine the worst case scenario. Yup, you heard that right. Forget about all the positive thinking. Just let your imagination go wild. Imagine all the worst case scenario of whatever it is that you are afraid of. This is a very powerful exercise because it actually lets you get over it and lets you prepare for the worst so that you are in control of the situation. So think about something that you are afraid of and allow yourself to imagine what would be the worst case scenario actually look like. And from this, you might realize that the worst case scenario actually isn't that horrible, or that the reaction that you have is out of proportion to the things that you are actually afraid of. And even if it is horrible, you will have a chance to allow yourself to think, okay, well, if it does happen, what would I do? How would I deal with it? Okay, so let's put all of this into action. Take out a piece of paper or your journal and write down what you are afraid of on the top. So let's say you are afraid of public speaking. This one is very popular actually. Then underneath that, write down all the things that could go wrong related to speaking in public. Like, I will look bad in front of people. I don't know what to say. My English is bad. Then look at each thing that could go wrong and ask, so what? So what if I look bad in front of people? So what if I don't know what to say? So what if my English is bad? Then ask, why does it matter? Why does it matter if I look bad in front of people? Why does it matter if I don't know what to say? Why does it matter my English is bad? As you keep identifying all the worst case scenario and asking, so what and why does it matter? It will allow you to dig deeper into the real reason why you are afraid of something and what it is that you are actually afraid of. Sometimes you might be surprised to find out that the very thing that you are afraid of isn't really what you are afraid of. So let's say that I am afraid of public speaking because I don't know what to say and I will look like a fool and people will laugh at me. So what? Then they will say bad things about me. Why does it matter? It matters because I don't like it when people talk bad about me. There you go. Can you tell that at the end I am actually not afraid of public speaking? I'm actually afraid of what other people think of me. You can go even deeper and ask, why does it matter? Well, it really doesn't matter. I am who I am. People are going to judge and talk about me anyway. So why should I give my power away and stop my growth? So continuing along, the next step to look at is think about what you could do to prevent the things that could go wrong. This will empower you to get over your fear. So in our fear of public speaking example, what if I don't know what to say? And one of the ways to prevent that is to be prepared. Maybe write out a script or write out some talking points ahead of time. Write down your talking points on a piece of paper to bring with you. Maybe make flashcards to bring with you. What if the worst thing did happen? Then what could you do to fix it? You could have a cheat sheet in your pocket ready to bring out if you lose your thought on what to say. Then lastly, ask yourself, would it really happen? Would you really not know what to say if you were prepared for your speech? As you can see, this exercise is a brainstorming strategy where you take something that you are afraid of and making it concrete instead of just in your head. This really eased up on the feeling of fear that holds you back. This really empowers you to know that whatever happens, you can handle it with confidence. Know that overcoming fear won't happen overnight. Fear can get us out of our comfort zone, and the other side of comfort zone is where success lives. Following the steps that I mentioned is the place to start. Face your fear so that you can overcome it. Don't let fear defeat you and hold you back from reaching your goals and your highest potential this year. Face your fear and do it anyway. This is the only way to get rid of your fear. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the bell so that you don't miss out on turning your potential into a reality. Until next time, have a blessed day.